There's great power in prayer, even more in group prayer. This is the foundation of the Unity Movement and our church. Our prayer ministry has close to over 100 active participants supporting our community and the world. There's great synergy in us coming together consistently. Beyond our own personal experience with prayer, there's so much evidence to its impact on the collective consciousness. The Maharishi effect shows that if 1% of the population meditates, it produces measurable improvements in the quality of life for the whole population. The world is going through a lot of change. We must go to the unchanging realm of the divine and help co-create the best outcome for the most impactful event taking place. Let's join together to support this cause. Thank you for joining us. Your presence, your consciousness is summoned for humanity at this time. There's great power in prayer, even more in group prayer. This is the foundation of the Unity Movement and our church. Our prayer ministry has close to over 100 active participants supporting our community and the world. There's great synergy in us coming together consistently. Beyond our own personal experience with prayer, there's so much evidence to its impact on the collective consciousness. The Maharishi effect shows that if 1% of the population meditates, it produces measurable improvements in the quality of life for the whole population. The world is going through a lot of change. We must go to the unchanging realm of the divine and help co-create the best outcome for the most impactful event taking place. Let's join together to support this cause. Thank you for joining us. Your presence, your consciousness is summoned for humanity at this time.
Clouds and the rain, the wind that sweeps the sky clean and makes the sunshine again. This is the most magnificent night has ever been. Here is heaven and earth and the brilliant sky. Is this life? I'm going to celebrate. He's alive. Is this life? I'm going to celebrate. He's alive. Dwell in the darkness, let in the light. Sleep in the afternoon and become the noise in the night. Trespass and temptation and suffer and sacrifice. But I awake each day with the new sunrise. Blessed is this life. I'm going to celebrate. He's alive. Oh, blessed is this life. I'm going to celebrate. He's alive.
Good morning, Unity the Triangle. It's great to see everyone this morning. I hope you're having a blessed day. We're certainly very blessed to be part of such a warm, welcoming congregation. It's great to see all of our folks tuning in online through our live stream. And if you're maybe a new face here at Unity the Triangle, we're so glad you decided to check us out today. And we hope you might feel like sticking around. And we've got some cards that you can fill out to keep in touch. This month, as we've said, there's a lot going on here, and I think it's a sign of a very vibrant, healthy church community here. We had our World Day of Prayer event this past week, and I think Mimi and the prayer chaplains deserve a round of applause for such a wonderful event. It really means a lot to me that authentic prayer is really like the center of what's happening here to keep us all spiritually engaged. And Moving on, there's the end of this month. We've got some really special things happening. I'm just going to take a minute or two to tell you about some of those. My good friend Tony Whaley, she's been hard at work organizing a very special screening of the movie Bob Marley, One Love. That's going to be here Friday, September 27th. In the Fellowship Hall? Yes. Okay. There you go. So please make sure you come out for that. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of good things to snack on and a few things to drink. BYOB, as it says. And then something. Yes, Tony.
And so also Quincy, you all know Quincy. Quincy is going to be sharing his insight about unity and the principles of unity and how they relate to Bob Marley and his music and how the two really blend together. So that will be immediately following the screening. It's going to be very engaging, very exciting. Sorry, Quincy's not here this minute, but in any event, you will be excited to hear how he blends it all together.
All right. Thank you, Tony. All right. So, yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a very meaningful experience. And then something else that I'm personally very excited about, Sunday the 29th, our wonderful Unity Choir is going to be hosted by Grace Lutheran Church on Six Forks Road in Raleigh, and we'll be doing a joint choir concert for peace. Before I came to Unity, I got to know those folks a little bit, and they're really such a warm, welcoming congregation, and I think this is going to be a really fun event. Our choir will be singing a little, their choir will be singing a little, and then we'll be singing together. And not only that, but those of you who've met my friend David Rice at the open mic events, we'll be doing a number together. We'll be singing the peace song. So if you're at all interested, we have flyers out there, and we also, if you want to take something to just slip in your purse or your wallet, this has the location, and there's a QR code that you can scan just to RSVP. But if you want to come, just show up. Yeah, it's a free concert, and you get to see our Unity Choir in action outside of what they normally do here. So it's going to be great. All right, I'm going to turn it over to the kids here and Tia.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, so we're going to bless our youth. We've got a blessing/affirmation that we'd like to share with them today. So, without further ado, together, you call forth the strength, love, and joy within you. Thank you, everybody.
All right, and something I forgot to do, we are so pleased this morning to have Greta Counts, who is our guest speaker this morning, so stay tuned for that. All right, it's time to sing. We've got a wonderful Karen Drucker song. It's called I'm So Grateful, and we want you to please join us. Here we go.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I am so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful.
Before me,
gratitude before me,
behind me,
gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
Here we go, one more time, before me.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I am so grateful, I'm 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 so grateful. Please stand now and join us in the welcome song. Welcome into this place. Welcome into this open vessel. You desire to abide in the praises of your people. So we lift our hands and we lift our hearts as we offer up this praise unto your name. Welcome into this place. Welcome into this open vessel. You desire to abide in the praises of your people. So we lift our hands and we lift our hearts as we offer up this praise unto your name. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Before we pray, I'd like to share a few words with you. You can sit down. After World Day of Prayer, such a beautiful service in a very peaceful place, our own prayer chaplain, Jackie Parks, left this earth. She left peacefully in her sleep. It's a big loss for the prayer chaplains, obviously. We bless her light. She was a bright, bright light and shared her prayers, beautiful prayers, with all of us. So there will be eventually a service. We'll keep you informed of that. But I'd like just to take just a moment of silence as we bless Jackie and we hold her partner, Tom Bloom, and her loved ones in our hearts. And if you would like to share one of the volunteer opportunities, one of the most sacred opportunities that we offer here is prayer. And the Sacred Prayer Circle holds the names of the listed in this prayer box in their private prayer practice every day. We are asking that all of you that would like to join this group come to a training on Saturday, the 28th. Saturday the 28th from 9:30 to noon. You don't have to sign up. It'll be in the green room. Just come, and we'd love to see some more of you join this beautiful, beautiful sacred team that holds prayers along with the prayer chaplains. So now I'll ask the prayer teams to stand as we pray. We turn within and melt into the boundless, unconditional love of the divine. We stand in faith, trusting the power of divine love is expressing through us, and we claim this infinite love is the core of who we truly are. As we radiate God's loving energy out into the world, love becomes a peaceful balm upon our souls, guiding our way and harmonizing our thoughts and actions. As we commit to seeing others through the eyes of God's love, and as God sees them, everyone we meet feels uplifted and comforted by the gift of love emanating from us. If any unforgiveness remains, we release it to infinite love. We unfold every prayer intention with the wonder of God's love, knowing love transcends and heals any seemingly difficulty and opens our hearts and minds to God's goodness. Now bring to mind a loved one in your life that you would like to lift up in prayer, and softly whisper their first name, beginning with your own. Mimi. With gratitude, we both give and receive the fullness of God's love. And we rest in God's abiding love, declaring, there is only love. Love that heals and love that sets us free. And so we let it be. Amen.
And all we do
As we prepare for meditation, I invite you to go into the state of relaxation and open-heartedness. You may adjust yourself in your seat so that you're both comfortable and relaxed, but also alert. Allow the seat that you're sitting in to support you and not you supporting the seat. We use the breath to focus our awareness on God's unending and unconditional love. His love permeates every part of our being. It is who we are. And we know that love heals. Love is a balm to our souls. If there is any unforgiveness blocking that stream of love from the divine, release it now. Release anything that is keeping you from this open-hearted connection with Spirit. In this inner space where we have aligned with, harmonized with, and connected with Spirit, there is peace. This peace is just a breath away. So we join together today as one heart and one mind to uplift the world, to release that which no longer serves, and to be instruments of God's light and love. Feel it, know it, be it. So we expand our awareness out beyond ourselves, out beyond this room, out beyond the world, to the expansiveness of Spirit, where we move beyond words. We move into the vibration of stillness, into the silence, where we are nurtured, fortified, uplifted, and loved in the silence.
Give us this day our daily bread. You said you would supply all my needs according to your riches. I have but to ask, and I shall receive. To go from here and share this love you gave to me, to show someone who's lost and help them find their way, the way to truth and faith, so they can be free like me, free like me. Lord, we are your love. Lord, we are your peace. Lord, we are your joy this day.
Good morning. How are you? So happy to be here today. What about you? Yes. Well, I was going to say, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Yes. Well, I'd like to invite you to stand before I start, if it's okay with you. And I'd like to invite you to place your hands in your heart space and repeat the following words after me. I give myself permission, to forgive and let go. I give myself permission, to love and to grow. I give myself permission, to forgive and let go. I give myself permission, to love and to grow. Thank you. You may be seated. How did that feel? It feels good, right? To give yourself permission to do something that is going to be beneficial to you. I was very excited when I got a call from Reverend Newsom a couple of months ago, and he said, we'd love to have you back at Unity of the Triangle. And I thought, this is great. And he said, what do you want to talk about? And I said, you choose. I'm open, you choose. And then he reached out a few weeks later and he gave me 3 choices. And he said, which one do you want? And I said, I'm open, you choose. And so he said, forgiveness. And I said, you are so intuitive, because he does not know it or did not know that I'm writing a book. My second book is about forgiveness. I'm writing a book called You Are Forgiven, and it's a perfect topic because not only do I know about forgiveness, but let me tell you this, I am a subject matter expert at growing in forgiveness, because it seems to be the story of my life. Can anybody relate? Yeah, can you relate? And so what I want you to know is, from my heart to your heart, what my intentions are today. I want to be clear about that. It is my intention to help you to experience the life-transforming power of forgiveness, because forgiveness is something that everyone will have the opportunity to do. And so there are many side effects to unforgiveness, and what I want to help you to be able to do is not continue to live your life experiencing those side effects, and they wreak havoc on your life and the lives of the people that know you, that are in communication with you. Being unwilling to forgive creates dis-ease in the body. It creates discord in your mind. It creates dissonance in your heart, disdain in your spirit, and a drought in your emotions. It makes you emotionally unavailable to yourself and other people. It's a big deal to be unforgiving. So today, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm doing this to hold myself accountable. The first thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you my personal story of forgiveness. The second thing I'm going to do with you this morning is I am going to empower you with a formula that I use to help myself to grow in forgiveness. And the third thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to extend an invitation to you to set yourself free. Sound good? Okay, all right. So I wanted you to know so that you'll be able to hold me accountable for those things. Would you agree that forgiveness is a matter of the heart? It is. I don't care how you look at it, it always boils back down to something going on with your heart. So my story goes a little like this. It was a beautiful spring day in April of 2007. I was sitting in my home office in my sunroom, and the sun was beaming in. The phone rang from an unknown number, and I answered. The person on the other line was my Aunt Betty, and she said, "Greta, I called to tell you that your dad had a heart attack. He is in ICU, and he is code blue, and I thought you should know. I wanted you to know." I said, "Thank you for letting me know," after a long pause, and then I hung up the phone. I paced the floor, thinking to myself, I wonder why she called me. Because you see, the last time I had seen my dad, I was 8 years old. And in 2007, and don't try to add up my age, but in 2007, I was 40. So when you do the math, that was 32 years since I had interacted with my dad. So I was thinking to myself, I don't know this guy. Why would I go to the hospital to see him? I mean, what am I going to say? I mean, what do you do? What do you do? And after a few minutes of deliberating, I noticed that I had put my shoes on. I had my purse on my shoulder. I had my keys in my hand, and I was in my car driving to the hospital. And I thought, well, let me stop by my daughter's school and check them out. I have twin daughters. I stopped by the school, checked them out of school, and they said, "Is everything okay?" And I said, "Yeah, my dad had a heart attack, and he is in ICU, he's code blue." And I thought they would ask me, what is code blue? But they asked me, "Do you have a dad?" Because they had never met my father. They said, "We're 16 years old, and we did not know that your father was alive." I said, "Yeah, it's a long story. We'll talk about it later." We get to the hospital, and I am making my way to ICU. And I walk into the room where my dad is lying on the gurney. And he's laying there, lifeless, tubes everywhere. And he's puffy because he's got fluid, you know, the fluid thing is going on. And I'm looking at him, and my daughters are on either side of me, one to the left, one to the right. And I'm just looking at this guy thinking, what do you say? I wanted to say, "I love you," but it felt a little inauthentic, you know what I mean? And I stood there and I closed my eyes, and the nurse that was attending said, "He really can't hear you, he's incoherent, but you'll want to go ahead and make your final, your final statements, make your final goodbyes, so basically we can move this thing along." And I stood there and I took 3 deep cleansing breaths, searching for the words. And the only words that came to me was, "You are forgiven. You are forgiven." And as soon as I said, "You are forgiven," my dad, who was lifeless, his body was just laying there. He lifted his forearms and put 2 thumbs up. Now, he had 100% blockage, so they definitely didn't expect him to live. But then she rushed us out of the room because now the bells are going off and all the things are happening, and my dad lived. I definitely know for sure that forgiveness is a matter of the heart, but the other thing that I know for sure is that something incredible happened in that room. But guess what? I had been working on forgiving him year after year after year after year, taking workshops and reading books and, getting therapy and getting counseling and getting coaching. I was doing all the things, right? This is the importance of growing something, because when it really mattered, I was able to say that part from an authentic place. And so the question that I would ask each of you is, how much blockage is in your heart? He had 100% blockage. How much blockage is in your heart? One of my favorite quotes is this: "Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the hill that has crushed it." Mark Twain said that. And of course, Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." And today we're going to go to Greta chapter 3, verse 15, my own book, which says, "Father, I forgive them, for they know not what they do." Right? We got to make it personal. Forgiveness is a real thing. And so the question is, what is forgiveness? And believe it or not, forgiveness means different things to different people, because I've talked to a lot of people about it. But in general, it involves intentionally surrendering, releasing, and letting go of resentment and anger about an act or something that hurt or offended you. But I'm going to give you Greta's version, because I do this thing called Gretarizing. I Gretarise everything. I don't have to do the Midas eyes. I'm Gretarizing everything. And so here's my own definition, because I have to make it real to myself. Forgiveness is an opportunity for you to change your relationship with yourself. Forgiveness is an opportunity for you to apologize to your cells, the cells in your body. Forgiveness is an opportunity for you to transcend yourself. It's got nothing to do with the other people. It really doesn't. Plain and simple, forgiveness is an expression of love, ultimately. And not love for the other person, but love for yourself. It's important for you to love yourself enough to forgive. So then the question becomes, what is unforgiveness? Well, Eric Butterworth put it this way, and I love his definition. He said, unforgiveness means you are unaware of your divinity and acting at the level of your humanity. You are unaware of your divinity and acting at the level of your humanity. That's what I was doing for 32 years. Doesn't matter what he was doing, it only matters what I was doing. And so again, I'm going to invite you to repeat these words after me. I give myself permission to forgive and let go. I give myself permission to love and to grow. Next point I want to make. I told you that I was going to empower you with a formula to grow in forgiveness. So how many of you are familiar with the parable of the sower and the seeds? Anybody? Right. So we heard the story that, there was a person sowing seeds, the sower was sowing seeds, and some of the seeds fell on stony ground. Some of the seeds fell amongst the thorns, but the other seeds fell on good ground, right? Well, for those of us who sow the seeds of forgiveness or unforgiveness on the stony ground, what happens is those seeds are laying out in the open. So the birds can eat those seeds, the wind can blow those seeds, and the sun can burn those seeds. Those seeds come and go with the wind. That's when we're in our lives and we know we need to forgive somebody, but we're like, okay, I forgive them, but we really haven't let it go. It's hard for us to have a communication with them. We keep our distance, and we're kind of holding a grudge, right? But you're telling yourself, because you're spiritual, that you're forgiving them, right? But then you've got the seeds that fall amongst the thorns. And because the thorns are growing there, that's a good place for a seed to grow. But what happens is the roots don't go very deep, and then they get choked by the thorns. That's when we take a workshop here and there. I'm really forgiving, but then something happens, and it happens again. And different person, but a similar situation. And so the unforgiveness, the seed that's growing, is getting choked by the thorns. But then there's the good ground where we sow the seed, and those seeds go into fertile ground. Those seeds, what's planted, grows strong and tall, and it actually produces something good, right? Here's what I want you to know about the parable of the sower and the seed. Number one, the seed, all the seeds are good seeds, right? There's a good seeds that the sower was sowing. It was just that they were falling in the wrong places. So the sower is the grower. And the sower is the one who gets to choose what to sow. The sower is the one that gets to choose where to sow it. And the sower is the person that gets to choose to nurture it. So the seed has intelligence, but the sower has the power. Does that make sense? The seed has the intelligence, but the sower has the power. What I want you to know today is you are the sower, and you are the grower, and you are the one that has the power. So then, what is my formula for growing in forgiveness? The formula looks like this. The G is for giving up the need for the past to be different than it was. You got to let that go. It happened. It's over. It's not happening now. That was 1962, 1992. Heck, it might have been 1800s. I don't know when you guys were born. But however long it was ago, it's not happening now. So you got to give up the need for the past to be different than it was. The R is that you need to release your attachment to the event. You just keep running the event in your head like a rerun, rehearsing it over and over and over. You've been doing it so long you don't even know you're still doing it. You got to release your attachment to that event. And the O is that you have options. You can opt in to something that you really want to use your energy for, and you can opt out of the stuff that's keeping you stuck. And the W is an opportunity for you to write a new story. You can write a new story. You can write a new story. You are the producer. You are the main character, and you're all the other characters in your play. You have the right and the opportunity to do that. Now, I love the fact that the word grow is a verb, it's an action word. And grow actually means to expand, it means to evolve, it means to transform. It means that something is actually happening. But we do have to cultivate it. We do have to cultivate it. How many of you are aware that there was a seed that was discovered in 1963, between 1963 and 1965? Someone decided to excavate Herod the Great's palace in Israel, and they found a jar of seeds. And the scientists investigated those seeds, and those seeds were from 155 BC. The seeds were more than 2,000 years old, and of course, somebody decided to plant this date palm seed. And guess what happened? The tree grew. It grew with deep roots, it grew strong, it grew tall, and it produced. So my question for you right now is, how long have you been holding on to the seeds of unforgiveness? Has it been 32 years like me? Or has it been 2,000 years? Are you 2,000 years old? I don't know. That is the question. So I'm going to invite you again to repeat these words after me. Here we go. I give myself permission, to forgive and let go. I give myself permission, to love and to grow. I give myself permission, to forgive and let go. I give myself permission, to love and to grow. Finally, how many of you are familiar with the parable of the prodigal son? We've all heard that one, right? Some people say that's the greatest story ever told. And what we know about this story is that the son, one of the sons, leaves the father, and he goes off and he does whatever he's doing. And he loses his money, and life is not so good, and before he knows it, he's sitting with the swine. He makes a decision to go home to his father, to return home, because why is he out here struggling when he doesn't have to be? And so he goes home, and the father receives him with love. He celebrates him, and he doesn't even mention what happened. Here's the interpretation of that parable. The father in the story is the divinity of you, and the prodigal son is the human side of you. And so there's this part of you that has forgotten your divinity. And so you experience separation like I did from my dad, and it left me in a certain place. So the father is the son. And when the son comes to himself, the human self comes to the spiritual self, he awakens from the ignorance of who he is, of himself. He realizes his innate divinity, and he returns to his state of unity. That's exactly what happened when I was standing at my dad's bedside. I had this moment of realizing that it wasn't even about him. It was about me. And I'm so thankful that I was able to forgive. So as I move to closing, I do want to tell you that forgiveness is an inside job. Forgiveness is not a spectator sport. And forgiveness is a daily practice. And I don't even want to say a daily spiritual practice, because we feel like, oh, I'm being spiritual. Oh, I'm not being spiritual. It's just a daily practice. Just like you brush your teeth, you can do forgiveness in the same way. So what I've done today is I've shared with you my personal story of forgiveness. I've given you the formula, GROW, of what you can do to empower yourself to grow in forgiveness. And then I have given you the invitation to come home, just like the prodigal son went home to his father. And so the questions that I would ask you, because sometimes we ask the wrong questions, right? Sometimes we're like, why did that happen to me? I'm such a nice person. That's not the question. The first question is, how much blockage does your heart have? How much? The second question that you want to ask yourself is what I talked about with that is, what are you going to do? How long has this seed have you been holding on to this seed of unforgiveness? And the third question is, are you ready to come home? Are you ready to be free from whatever is running in your mind about something that happened so long ago that's not happening right now? So what I want to do is let you know that I'm having a workshop after this at 1:30 today, and it's going to be upstairs, in a room upstairs, so it won't be in the fellowship hall. You are more than welcome to come and to join, and I will tell you, you will not be disappointed. I once heard a poet say this: pain is something you have, hurt is something you are. Hurt has a face and a name. Hurt is a dangerous thing. Hurt needs one thing to survive. It needs a host. It needs somewhere to hide. Something to feed off of until it thrives. So today, I want to invite you to be the whistleblower on the thing that might be keeping you stuck. I want you to blow the whistle on the thing that's getting in the way of you fully enjoying your life. You deserve a good life. Why not you? And why not now? Forgiveness, growing in forgiveness, is a real thing. And I just want you to know that I am holding a space for you so that you can once and for all stare unforgiveness in the face. Stand tall. Be the sower that sows the seed of forgiveness and no longer continue to sow the seed of unforgiveness. We want something that's going to produce and something that's going to be strong. I'm going to close on a quote, a couple of them. One says, when you forgive, you in no way change the past, but you sure do change the future. And this is the one I really like. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. Isn't that interesting? Well, I want to thank you for listening and thank you for being here, and I hope that you'll be able to use this information going forward.
Thank you, Greta.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is a topic we can all relate to. Every one of us can relate to this. So thank you for being so clear with what you had to say today.
Thank you.
And I know we'll hear even more in your workshop. Yes. So let's give Greta a blessing, our unity blessing. Let's stand. Remember, it's we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we behold the Christ in you. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Thank you.
This gift of life, oh, I treasure it above everything. This gift of life, I am so thankful, Lord knows I'm thankful to be living. Oh, it's the only thing you can't buy with money. It's the only thing you can buy. And it's such a blessing to be born. This gift of life. Oh, I really love, I love this feeling. This gift of life. Every day it keeps on revealing all the wonderful, the marvelous, and the glorious things of all. I'm so thankful that I'm alive with this gift of life. Said I'm truly blessed. Yes, I am. This gift of life. Oh, it's so wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. This gift of life, so wonderful. This gift of life. I want to thank you for giving me just a privilege to be alive, so that I can give all that I can. I'm so thankful to be able to make this long, long journey through life. Lord, I appreciate the little things that you do, 'cause I like the sunshine and I like the cloudy days. I like the rain, I like the snow, I like to hear, just listen to the wind blow. I like everything on this earth, this congregation, oh, this city, this state, and this nation, this gift of life. I love everything and everyone. I forgive everything and everyone in this gift of life.
Good morning. I'm Beth Briggs and a member of this church, and thank you, Jay and Tim and the band. Fantastic. What a beautiful present. And Reverend Greta, we thank you for your present as well and your gift to us today. Today is September 15th, and it is in Japan. They celebrate the respect for aging today. And I think that's appropriate because David Johnson had a birthday yesterday, and we respect his aging. So happy birthday to David. So today, with our announcements, we have a special program here. On September 21st, from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, Cheyenne and Donald Kramer will be holding a program, a workshop called Ignite the Spark to Eradicate Suicide. We know we've all been touched by suicide in some way or another through our friends, our family, and this program is focusing on how do you appreciate and learn to accept and to understand what it means, and I think it's a three-part series, one of which is here. So please, if you're interested, please stop and talk to them on the way out. They're in the lobby today. Again, Respect for the Aging. Silver Circles is coming up. We've got, beginning September 17th, on Tuesday, there is a series called Aging with Grace. And since I think a lot of us in this room are over 45, as I look around, I think we need a little bit of help in learning to age with grace, be grateful for the life that we have and the time we're on this planet and use it. And I think this is a great program for people to come on Tuesdays. It's a 4-part series, and they're going to be meeting from 3 to 5 in the fellowship hall. So there's flyers out here with a lot of this information. This is such an amazing time of year. We're in the last week of summer, and fall is coming. We sort of feel the touch of the air. And one of the things that we do at Unity that is so remarkable are the equinox services. And so on September 22nd, which is the day of the equinox, Newsom will be back, and there's going to be a program at 5 o'clock in the parking lot. And I know those of you who have come to these various change of season, they're very powerful. It's special to come together as a community. So please try and make it September 22nd to celebrate the equinox. On September 29th, the Unity Women of Color and the Soul Sisters, who are part of the soul of this church and really make it what it is, we appreciate you. There's going to be a women's picnic, and it's going to be at Umstead Park, Shelter 1. It's going to be from 1 to 4. Bring a dish and a beverage to share, and come enjoy the time together. There's $5 rental. They're asking you for $5 to help pay for the rental fee. So please make time to come that and be here with our soul sisters and women of color. Also, we've got on Wednesday nights, Reverend Gadway is doing the Kriya Yoga chanting and meditation, and we invite you to come. It's going to start back on the 18th, September 18th, in the green room. You know, being part of this church is such a gift. We have this remarkable community. Our women's group are incredible. The men's group, all of the people here are really fantastic. One of the things I'm really grateful for is there's a fellowship committee that Hank, my husband, and I have been involved in that, as well as Ben and Rebecca Marmaduke have taken a real leadership in that. And that's the people that come together and help provide for the fellowship after the service. And I hope you're appreciating that we have got so many great volunteers. Can I just ask our fellowship committee people that are in the room to stand, just so we can thank them for the work that they do. The friendly faces, and we'd like to invite you to be part of this, because we need more volunteers. We have fun, we have gatherings, and so please either talk to Hank or I, Rebecca or Ben, about ways that you might get involved in the fellowship committee. Again, getting back to this piece of being a part of this church, it is so special to us, and I think that when you're a part of a family like this in a community, we have opportunities to give our time, our talent, and our treasure. And part of that, there's so many volunteers that do so many things. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate all of your treasure that you give, and the talents and skills through the music and the choir and all of these people who have such gifts. But it's also important when you're part of a family to be able to invest your resources in that which you care about. And if you want to know what matters to a person, follow your money, because you can see where they invest their resources is a place that is part of their heart. And so we at Unity would really like to ask you to think about your own investment, financial investment. And we know everybody has different capacities, but some of us are fortunate that we have some resources we can invest in the church. And this church needs your investment, your financial investment. So I'd like to challenge you, didn't ask permission to ask this, but that if each of you think about, we're coming into the end of the year, September, December, a lot of us think about our giving as we finish out the year. Think about maybe increasing your gift over the next couple of months. If you can give 10% more, if you can invest a little bit more financial resources in this church, we need it to keep this church healthy and whole. So there's a lot of ways you can donate. You can go online. You can go and when you walk out, there's a machine that you can donate there. I like automatic giving because I can't be here every Sunday, but I know every Sunday, every month, my resources are put in there, and I don't have to think about it. So you can have it deducted from your bank account. So think of a way you can give that works for you. And we just ask you to continue to donate and support the work you do, your time, your talent, your treasures. We appreciate you all. So I'd like our greeters to stand, please. And as we do, I'd like us all together to repeat this blessing and really think about what it means, because it really is our divine love and how we express it. And so together, please, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Let the love wash over us. We let it be. Let the love wash over us. We let it be. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God watches over us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
You got something out of today's service. We intend to bring you things that will help you in your life become more of who you want to be, give you the freedom of forgiveness and the hope of expectancy that your life will unfold in a way that brings you joy, happiness, and is a contribution to the world. If you would like to contribute to this ministry, please go to unitytriangle.org, hit the donate button, and it will lead you into an easy way of doing that. We thank you for your attention and look forward to seeing you again here.